Why do you feel like God forgot your name? Why does every prayer feel like it's hitting a ceiling made of stone, falling back into your lap unanswered? Why have you carried this weight so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to breathe without pain? Listen to me, chosen one. What I'm about to tell you is not theory. It's not motivational fluff. This is a divine interruption. Right now, in this very moment, heaven has pressed pause on everything around you. The angels have been dispatched. The clock has started, and you have exactly 45 minutes left before this window closes. I know you've been waiting. I know you've been abandoned by people who promised to stay. I know you've cried in rooms where no one could hear you, where even your own voice felt like a stranger. You've prayed until your knees ached. You've believed until belief itself felt like betrayal. And still, nothing. Still, silence. But God has not been silent. He's been strategic. Every delay was divine setup. Every closed door was heaven's protection. Every betrayal was clearing space for what's coming. And right now, 2 angels sent specifically for you are descending. They carry your rescue, they carry your name, and they're moving fast. This is not coincidence. The algorithm didn't bring you here. God did. Heaven orchestrated this moment because you are standing at the edge of breakthrough, and the enemy knows it. That's why the warfare intensified. That's why you felt like giving up. That's why this week felt heavier than the last 10 years combined. But your time has come. The countdown has begun. 45 minutes, not a second more, not a second less. Heaven is moving now, and you must respond now, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, but in this sacred, unrepeatable moment. Before we go deeper, I want to say this. Thank you to every single one of you who has supported this message through super thanks. Your generosity means more than you know. You're not just donating, you're helping spread light to others who feel alone in their calling. Whether you give or not, I'm deeply grateful for your presence here, your support, your time, your attention. It all matters. And if this message resonates with your soul, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and drop the number 777 inches the comments as a prophetic sign that you receive what heaven is releasing. Because right now, chosen one, the rescue mission has already started. The angels are here, and your life is about to change forever. The urgency of God's call. How long have you been telling yourself that your time has passed? How many nights have you laid awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering if God even remembers the promises he whispered over you decades ago? How much longer will you let the enemy convince you that this moment right here, right now, isn't the divine appointment you've been crying out for? Listen to me carefully, chosen one. This is not another sermon. This is not another feel-good message to get you through the week. What's happening right now transcends Sunday morning comfort. Heaven has broken its silence. The waiting room is empty. Your name has been called. And if you miss this moment, you will spend the rest of your life wondering what could have been. Time is not neutral. It's sacred. It's weighted. And right now, in this exact minute, the clock of divine destiny is ticking louder than it ever has before. You feel it, don't you? That tremor in your spirit, that unexplainable restlessness that woke you up this morning. That's not anxiety. That's anticipation. Heaven is leaning in. For years, you've been walking through what felt like a spiritual desert. People walked away. Dreams died. Prayers bounced back. You've asked God 1,000 times, why am I still here? Why am I still waiting? But what if I told you that every single delay was deliberate? What if every closed door was God protecting you from a counterfeit? What if every year of silence was Him building your capacity to carry what's coming? The Word of God declares in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1, "To everything there is a season, and a time for every purpose under heaven." You've been in the season of preparation. You've been in the time of testing, but right now, in this moment, the season is shifting. The angels have been dispatched, and they're not coming to comfort you, they're coming to commission you. You thought you missed your window. You thought the train left without you. But God's mercy has kept you stationed right here, breathing, believing, and still standing. That alone is a miracle. Do you understand what that means? You survived what was designed to destroy you. You endured what was meant to bury you. And now, heaven is about to show you why. But here's what you need to understand. Urgency is not panic. Urgency is obedience. When God says now, He doesn't mean eventually. When heaven moves, it moves with precision. The angels that have been sent for you are not on your timeline, they're on His. And this 45-minute countdown isn't a scare tactic, it's a spiritual reality. There is a window of divine favor opening right now, and it won't stay open indefinitely. Think about it. How many times have you felt God nudging you only to hesitate? How many times have you sensed His voice only to second-guess it? How many moments have slipped through your fingers because you waited for perfect conditions? Chosen one, perfection is not the requirement, obedience is. In the book of Exodus, when God called Moses at the burning bush, Moses didn't feel ready. He stuttered. He doubted. He gave God every excuse in the book. But God didn't wait for Moses to feel capable. He waited for Moses to say yes. And the moment Moses stepped forward in obedience, heaven moved. The Red Sea parted. Nations trembled. Captives were freed. Your Red Sea moment is now. But you have to understand something crucial. The enemy knows your time has come. That's why the warfare intensified. That's why this past season felt like hell on earth. That's why you've been battling thoughts of giving up, walking away, surrendering to the lie that it's too late. The devil doesn't attack people who are stuck. He attacks people who are about to break through. Right now, as you're hearing these words, there is a battle happening in the unseen. Demonic forces are scrambling because they know what heaven has decreed over you. They know that once you step into this moment, their grip on you is finished. They know that once these angels complete their mission, your life will never be the same. That's why they've whispered lies. You're too old. You're too broken. You've made too many mistakes. God could never use someone like you. But hear the voice of heaven louder. I chose you before the foundation of the world. I knew every tear you'd cry, every betrayal you'd face, every night you'd suffer, and I still chose you. Not in spite of your pain, but because of it. Your scars qualify you. Your endurance anoints you. Your survival certifies you. In Romans chapter 8, verse 28, the Apostle Paul declares, "And we know that all things work together for good, to those who love God, to those who are the called according to His purpose." Not some things, all things, every heartbreak, every loss, every moment you thought God wasn't watching, it was all preparation, it was all working. And now, it's all culminating in this divine rescue. The angels are not coming to save you from your problems. They're coming to position you for your purpose. They're not here to make you comfortable, they're here to make you commissioned. And the urgency you feel right now is not fear. It's the friction of two realms colliding, the natural and the supernatural. Heaven and earth. Destiny and delay. You've stood at this crossroads before, haven't you? You've felt this pull. But this time is different. This time, the presence of God is so thick around you that even your doubt can't drown it out. This time, the confirmation in your spirit is undeniable. This time, you know deep in the marrow of your bones that if you don't respond now, you'll regret it forever. So I'm asking you directly, are you going to let fear win again? Are you going to let the voice of the past talk you out of the promise of your future? Are you going to believe the lie that it's too late? Or are you going to rise and receive what heaven is handing you right now? The clock is still ticking, the angels are still descending, and God is still calling your name. But the choice, chosen one, is yours. What will you do with these next 45 minutes? The coming storm and protection. You feel it, don't you? That heaviness in the air. That pressure building in your chest like something invisible is closing in. You've tried to shake it off, tried to pray it away, tried to convince yourself it's just stress, just age, just life. But deep down, you know better. This isn't natural. This is spiritual. Right now, chosen one, you are standing at the edge of a storm that most people cannot see. The enemy has been circling your life like a predator watching wounded prey. He's studied your patterns. He knows when you're weakest. He knows which memories make you crumble, which fears keep you awake at 3 a.m., which wounds still bleed when no one's looking. And he's been waiting for this exact moment to strike. But here's what the darkness didn't count on. God saw this coming before you were even born. Before the enemy made his first move, heaven had already dispatched your defense. 2 angels, not symbolic, not metaphorical, real, sent specifically for you, and they are standing between you and the destruction that was meant to end your story. Listen to the words written in Psalm 91, verse 11. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Guard you in all your ways. Not just the good days, not just when you're strong, not just when your faith feels solid. In the mess, in the doubt, in the moments when you can't even find words to pray, the angels are there. But I need you to understand something. This protection isn't passive, it's active, it's fierce, it's militant. These angels are warriors, and they've been given one mission. Keep you alive long enough to fulfill what God placed you on this earth to do. The storm that's coming, it was designed to destroy you. The betrayal you didn't see coming, the health crisis that knocked you to your knees, the financial collapse that made you question everything, the loneliness that became so loud you thought you'd lose your mind. These weren't accidents. They were arrows, targeted, timed, calculated. But every single one of them has been deflected. You're still here. That's not luck. That's not coincidence. That's angelic intervention. Think about it. How many times should you have given up by now? How many nights should have been your last? How many moments came so close to breaking you completely that you felt the edge of the cliff beneath your feet? Yet somehow, something held you, something steadied you, something whispered, "Not yet. Hold on." That was them, the 2 angels sent to rescue you. And now, the storm is escalating. The darkness is gathering its final assault, because the enemy knows what you don't fully see yet. You are about to break through. You are on the edge of everything God promised. The delay is ending, the silence is breaking, the door is opening, and hell is terrified. That's why the warfare feels heavier now than it ever has. That's why this season has been the hardest. That's why you felt more attacked, more isolated, more hopeless in these last few months than in the last 10 years combined. Breakthrough always comes with backlash. But here's the part that changes everything. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Not now, not ever. Isaiah 54:17 didn't stutter. That's not a suggestion. That's a decree from the throne of God. Every curse sent your way, cancelled. Every evil plan whispered against you, exposed. Every trap laid in your path, dismantled. Because the angels are already at work. Can you feel it? That shift in the atmosphere, that sudden sense of relief even though nothing in your circumstances has visibly changed. That's them. They're clearing the way. They're pushing back the darkness. They're standing guard while you sleep, while you weep, while you wonder if God even hears you anymore. He hears you. And he sent help. But here's where most people miss it. The angels cannot complete their mission if you don't respond. They can protect you, but they cannot force you to move forward. They can clear the path, but they cannot walk it for you. Heaven has done its part. The rescue has been launched. The protection is in place. Now it's your turn. You have 45 minutes left in this divine window, not because God is playing games with you, but because spiritual timing matters. There are moments when heaven opens, and if you don't step through, the door closes. Not forever, but for a season, and some seasons last years. This is your moment. This is your door. This is the hour when everything changes if you choose to respond. The storm is real. The darkness is real. The warfare is real. But so is the protection. So are the angels. So is the power of the God who sent them. You've been fighting alone for too long. You've been carrying weight that was never meant to rest on your shoulders. You've been trying to survive battles that heaven already won on your behalf. It's time to stop surviving and start receiving. The angels are here. The storm is raging. But you, chosen one, are covered. You are shielded. You are protected by a force that hell itself cannot penetrate. So, I'm asking you now, will you accept the rescue? Will you step into the protection that's already surrounding you? Will you trust that what God started, He will finish? Because the countdown continues, the clock is still ticking, and the angels are waiting for your answer. What will you do with the 45 minutes you have left? The call to obedience. Chosen one, we've reached the moment where heaven stops whispering and starts demanding. You've heard the message. You've felt the stirring. The angels have been dispatched. The rescue mission is in motion. But there's one thing, one critical, non-negotiable thing that stands between you and your deliverance. Your obedience. God doesn't need your perfection. He doesn't need your strength. He doesn't even need you to understand the full picture. But He needs your yes, and He needs it now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel more prepared or more worthy or less broken. Now, because here's what most people don't realize about divine timing. It's not infinite. There are windows. There are moments when heaven opens a door, and if you don't walk through it, that door closes. Not because God is cruel, but because the mission moves forward with or without you. The angels cannot complete what they were sent to do until you respond. You see, God has already done His part. He sent the messengers. He cleared the path. He broke the chains in the spiritual realm. But there's one chain. He will never break the chain of your free will. You have to choose. You have to step forward. You have to say, "Yes, Lord, I'm ready. I don't understand it all, but I trust you." Let me ask you something, and I need you to be brutally honest with yourself right now. How many times has fear won? How many moments has God given you clear, undeniable moments where you felt the pull, you heard the call, you sensed the open door, and you hesitated, you second-guessed, you waited for a better time, you told yourself you weren't ready yet, and that door closed? I'm not saying this to shame you. I'm saying this because shame is what keeps you stuck. Shame is the enemy's favorite weapon. He doesn't have to destroy you if he can just keep you paralyzed. He doesn't have to silence your calling if he can convince you that you already missed it. But you haven't. That's why you're here. That's why this message found you at this exact moment. God is giving you another chance. He's opening the door again. But this time, you have to walk through it before the 45 minutes are up. Listen to the words of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 19. "I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life, so that you and your children may live." Choose life. Not someday, not eventually. Now. God is not asking you to have it all figured out. He's asking you to trust Him enough to move. Faith isn't clarity. Faith is motion in the midst of mystery. It's stepping into the dark because you know the one who holds the light. The angels are standing at attention. They're watching. They're waiting. but they cannot act on your behalf until you activate your faith through obedience. That's how the kingdom operates. Heaven moves when you move. Grace flows when you step. But if you don't step, the mission stalls. And I need you to understand something. This isn't just about you. Your obedience unlocks something for others. Your yes creates a ripple effect. The people connected to your destiny, the souls waiting to be touched by your testimony, the children and grandchildren who will inherit the breakthrough you're about to walk into, they're all waiting on your response. You think this is just about your personal rescue? No. This is generational. This is kingdom advancement. Your obedience tonight doesn't just change your story. It rewrites the story of everyone connected to you. So, let me ask you again, will you trust the plan God has for you, or will you let fear stop you once again? Because fear is loud right now, isn't it? Fear is telling you you're not good enough. Fear is reminding you of every failure, every mistake, every time you tried and fell short. Fear is whispering, what if it doesn't work? What if you obey and nothing changes? What if you're not really chosen? But here's what fear doesn't want you to know. It's terrified of your obedience. The enemy doesn't attack people who are sitting still. He attacks people who are about to move. That's why the warfare intensified this week. That's why you felt heavier, more discouraged, more tempted to give up than ever before. Because hell knows what heaven is about to release through you. Your obedience is a threat to every plan the enemy had for your life. So he's throwing everything at you: doubt, distraction, discouragement, delay. He's hoping you'll wait just a little longer. He's hoping you'll talk yourself out of it. He's hoping you'll let the 45 minutes run out. But you're not going to let that happen. Because deep down, beneath all the noise and fear and shame, you know the truth. You know you were made for this. You know God didn't bring you this far to leave you. You know the stirring you feel right now isn't random, it's confirmation. The book of James, chapter 2, verse 17 says, "Faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead." Dead faith doesn't rescue anyone. Dead faith doesn't unlock doors. Dead faith doesn't activate angels. But living faith, faith that moves, faith that obeys, faith that says yes even when it's scared, that kind of faith moves mountains. That kind of faith shifts atmospheres. That kind of faith changes everything. So right now, I'm asking you to do something simple but powerful. I want you to say it out loud, even if you're alone in your room, even if your voice shakes, even if you don't feel it yet. Say, "Yes, Lord, I trust you. I'm stepping forward." Say it, because the moment those words leave your lips, something shifts in the spirit. The angels receive their orders. The rescue accelerates. The door swings wider. You don't need to see the entire staircase. You just need to take the first step. And that first step is obedience. The clock is ticking. Chosen one. The angels are here. The mission is live. But they're waiting on you. Will you respond? Or will you let this moment pass like all the others? The moment of breakthrough. Chosen one, stop. Feel this moment, right now. The air around you is different, isn't it? Something has shifted. You can't explain it, but you sense it like the atmosphere just before lightning strikes. That's not anxiety. That's arrival. The angels are here, not in some distant heaven, not waiting for you to become worthy. They're here now, standing in the unseen realm that surrounds your very breath. One carries the oil of healing liquid light that can dissolve years of trauma in seconds. The other wields the sword of deliverance, a blade forged in eternity's fire, sharp enough to cut through generational curses with a single swing. And they're waiting for one thing: your yes. You see, heaven doesn't force rescue. It offers it. God could override your will, crash through your doubt, demolish every wall without your permission. But he won't. Because love never violates. Love invites. And right now, in this unrepeatable moment, heaven is extending its hand toward you, waiting for you to reach back. Do you understand what's at stake here? This isn't just about feeling better. This isn't self-help with a Jesus sticker slapped on it. This is about the warfare that's been raging over your bloodline for generations. The depression that haunted your grandmother, the addiction that consumed your father, the fear that stalked you since childhood, whispering that you'll never be enough, never be free, never be chosen. That warfare ends tonight, but only if you say yes. The Bible tells us in Joshua chapter 24, verse 15, "Choose this day whom you will serve." Choose, not tomorrow when you feel stronger, not next week when circumstances improve. This day, this moment. Because heaven's timing is surgical. The window that's open right now won't stay open forever. Grace has an expiration date not because God is cruel, but because destiny demands decision. I want you to think about Moses at the Red Sea. Behind him, Pharaoh's army. Ahead of him, impossible waters. The people screaming, panicking, cursing him for leading them into death. And God said something shocking. He said, "Why are you crying out to me? Tell the Israelites to move forward." Move forward? Into the water? Into the impossibility? Yes, because breakthrough doesn't come to those who wait for perfect conditions. It comes to those who obey before they see. Moses lifted his staff over waters that had never parted, and heaven split the sea. Your Red Sea moment is now. Right now, as you listen to these words, the first angel is moving closer. Its wings vast and terrible and beautiful unfold like dawn breaking over a battlefield. Light pours from its form, not the soft light of candles, but the piercing radiance that exposes everything. Every hidden wound, every secret shame, every lie you've believed about yourself. And here's what you need to understand. This light doesn't come to condemn you. It comes to reveal you. The real you. The you that God saw before you were born. The you that hell has been desperately trying to keep buried under trauma and disappointment and betrayal. The angel speaks not with words, but with knowing. You feel it in your chest, like thunder rolling through your bones. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not the names they called you, or the rejection you endured. You are marked. You are chosen. You are mine. Can you feel it? That tightness in your throat, those tears trying to break through? Don't fight them. That's not weakness. That's recognition. Your spirit is remembering what your mind forgot. The second angel steps forward now. Where the first brought light, this one brings fire. Not the fire of destruction, the fire of purification. Its eyes burn with holy rage against everything that's held you captive. Depression, addiction, poverty, sickness, shame. This angel doesn't negotiate with darkness, it annihilates it. And the sword it carries, oh, chosen one, that sword has already been swung. You just haven't seen the results yet. Because in the spiritual realm, the victory happened the moment you clicked on this message. The moment you said, "I'm tired of living like this. I'm ready for whatever God has." That declaration echoed through eternity, and heaven dispatched these warriors on your behalf. Hebrews 1:14 asks, "Are not all angels ministering spirits sent to serve those who will inherit salvation?" Sent. Past tense. They were sent before you knew you needed them. God saw this moment coming. He prepared for it. He prepared them. For you. But here's where it gets even more powerful. The angels aren't just here to rescue you from something. They're here to escort you into something. Every closed door, every rejection, every season of isolation, it was all preparation. You weren't being punished. You were being prepared. Positioned, pruned. Because what God is about to release into your life requires a different version of you. A stronger you, a wiser you, A you that knows how to carry glory without being destroyed by it. Think about Joseph in that prison. Innocent, forgotten, rotting in darkness for years because of lies someone told about him. Did God forget him? No. God was setting him up, because the palace doesn't trust people who haven't been tested in the pit, and right now, you're about to walk out of your pit and into your palace. The breakthrough you've been begging for has already begun. It started the moment heaven saw your heart crack open just enough to let light in. It started when you stopped pretending you had it all together and whispered, "God, I can't do this anymore. If you're real, I need you now." He heard you, and he sent help. But breakthrough requires participation. Heaven moves when you move. The angels can't complete their mission until you step forward in obedience, not blind obedience, faithful obedience, the kind that says, "I don't understand how this works, but I trust who's working it." So I'm asking you now, chosen one, will you say yes? Will you release the bitterness you've been nursing like a security blanket? Will you forgive the person who shattered you? Will you step toward the calling you've been running from because you didn't think you were qualified? Will you finally believe that God's grace is enough, not just theologically, but practically in the mess of your actual life? Because the moment you say yes, everything shifts. The angels receive their orders. The enemy loses his grip. Your destiny unlocks. And the breakthrough that felt impossible yesterday becomes inevitable today. This is your Red Sea moment. This is your burning bush. This is the midnight hour when God shows up and says, "Now." The countdown continues. The window remains open, but not forever. Heaven is waiting for your response. The angels are ready. The sword is raised. The oil is poured. All that's missing is your yes. So say it, even if your voice shakes. Even if doubt screams louder, say it out loud. "Yes, Lord, I receive, I surrender, I'm ready." And watch what heaven does next. Call to action and empowerment. Chosen one, do you hear it? That sound beneath the silence? It's not thunder, it's not wind. It's the rumble of heaven's army mobilizing on your behalf. The angels didn't come just to comfort you, they came to commission you. Look at your hands right now. Go ahead, look at them. Those hands that have trembled in fear, that have reached out in desperation, that have been empty for so long they are no longer empty. Heaven has filled them. The same power that parted the Red Sea, that raised Lazarus from the dead, that rolled the stone away from the tomb, that power now flows through you. But here's what most people miss. Rescue is not the destination, it's the starting line. You see, when God saves you, He's not just pulling you out of the pit, He's positioning you on the battlefield. You are not a survivor hiding in the shadows. You are a warrior being armed for purpose. And the enemy knows it. That's why he tried so hard to keep you down. That's why the attacks were so personal, so relentless, so designed to make you quit. But you didn't quit, did you? Even when your faith was hanging by a thread, you held on. Even when every voice around you said to walk away, something inside you whispered, "Not yet." That wasn't stubbornness. That was divinity. That was the Spirit of God refusing to let you go. The Word tells us in Romans chapter 8, verse 37, "In all these things we are more than conquerors through Him who loved us." More than conquerors. Not barely surviving, not just getting by. You are designed for dominance in the spiritual realm. The battlefield trembles when you pray. Darkness scatters when you speak truth. Chains break when you declare freedom. But I need you to understand something that will change everything. The angels came to rescue you, yes, but their mission doesn't end with your deliverance. It begins there, because now you are the rescue mission for someone else. Think about it. Right now, there's someone sitting where you were sitting 3 years ago, broken, desperate, convinced that God has forgotten them. They're one breath away from giving up. One disappointment away from walking away from faith entirely, and heaven is waiting for you to reach them. You are the testimony they need to hear. Your story, the one you thought was too messy, too painful, too ordinary, is the exact story that will ignite hope in someone else's darkness. Your scars are not shame markers. They are the receipts of heaven's faithfulness. And when you show them, when you speak them, when you share them, you become the evidence that God still moves. This is what Galatians chapter 6 verse 2 means when it says, "Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ." You were carried when you couldn't walk. Now you carry others. That's the rhythm of the kingdom. That's the heartbeat of heaven. But let me ask you something, and I want you to answer honestly, even if no one else hears it. Are you ready? Are you ready to step into the calling that's been chasing you? Are you ready to stop playing small? Stop hiding behind excuses. Stop waiting for the perfect moment that will never come. Because the angels didn't come to give you comfort, they came to give you courage. There's a difference. Comfort says, stay where it's safe. Courage says, move where you're needed. And chosen one, you are needed. The world is not lacking information, it's drowning in it. What the world lacks is incarnation, people who don't just talk about God's power, but demonstrate it. People who don't just quote scripture, but live it. People who don't just survive darkness, but bring light into it. That's you. That's who you've become through this process. You didn't just endure the fire, you were refined by it. And now, when you walk into a room, the atmosphere shifts. When you open your mouth, heaven listens. When you pray, things move in the unseen realm. But here's the urgency. Time is not neutral. Every day you delay is a day someone else stays in bondage. Every moment you hesitate is a moment the enemy gains ground. The angels completed their mission. Now it's your turn to complete yours. I want you to do something right now. If this message has stirred something deep in your spirit, if you feel the fire of purpose igniting inside you, type "I am ready" in the comments below. Not for me, not for anyone watching, but as a declaration to heaven that you are answering the call, that you are stepping into the assignment, that you refuse to waste another day living beneath your divine design. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, someone who's standing on the edge right now, share this message with them. Don't wait. Don't overthink it. Heaven is moving fast, and they need to know that rescue is already on the way. Hit that share button, send it to their inbox, drop it in their messages. Be the angel God sends into their life today. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because this is not the last word heaven has for you. There's more revelation coming, more breakthrough, more divine strategy for the days ahead. And like this video, not because I need the validation, but because every like pushes this message further into the algorithm, into the feeds of people who are searching for hope at 2 a.m., who are about to give up, who need to know that God still remembers their name. Chosen one, you are not just rescued, you are equipped, you are anointed, you are commissioned. The same angels that descended to lift you are now walking beside you to empower you. You are no longer the victim of your story. You are the victor, and the world is waiting for you to rise. Now go. Walk in the authority heaven has given you. Speak life where there is death. Bring light where there is darkness. And watch as heaven moves through you in ways that will leave even you breathless. The countdown is over. The rescue is complete. Now the mission begins, and you, chosen one, are exactly who God needs for this hour.